Hello YouTube, and welcome back to CB4 Gaming. Okay, so she's here, Lady Bison. Let's have a look. Let's just go straight into trial and see what she's about. No messing around. What faction is she? Please tell me she's Infernal. Please tell me she's Infernal. And she's Infernal? Okay, so I got one thing right. That's one prediction down. She's Infernal. Now let's see if she's a trigger unit. No, she's not a trigger unit. Yeah, okay. She's a C1 user and a C3 user. That's pretty good. She's an AoE as well. Three moves that are AoE. That's pretty cool. She has a kinetic kick that what? I don't understand in this. Shadow Assassins. Attacks have a 20% chance of inflicting weaken, bleed, and grave injury. That's interesting. That's interesting because normal Bison, he can stun someone. He can stun the back row with delusion when the back row opponent has weaken on them. So it kind of means that she's maybe a normal Bison user to be paired up with him. Oh, and the passive here, you don't need. Upon unleashing this weather, a chance of increasing damage received by the target by 5%. Each effect stacks up to 5 times and lasts for 15 seconds. This effect does not require the passive skill to be unlocked. She gets 50% damage reduction for 3 seconds when unleashing this move. That's interesting. Let's see her fighting spirit. Gain 1 kinetic and 10% increase. Let's see what this kinetic does. Kinetic increases combo damage by 5% for 20 seconds. Stacks up to 3 times. How does she gain kinetic? I think, yeah, when she does a super combo, she gains kinetic. That's a bit painful. Let's have a look at her garage. Shadow Spiral Arrow's soul damage buff now applies to all friendly fighters every 8 seconds during battle. Every 8 seconds she gains 1 kinetic. Upon receiving a finishing blow for the first time, the fighter will gain damage immunity for 3 seconds. 12% increased lifesteal until the end of battle. Oh, she gets 12% lifesteal for 12 seconds till the end of the battle. So, Witch Jury could be a nice little combo for her as well. And she recovers 300 super gauge combo as well when she gets a fatal blow. That's interesting. Let's see how her assist works. When the assisted fighter receives a finishing blow for the first time, they gain damage immunity for 3 seconds. That's interesting. And 12% increased lifesteal rate until the end of the battle. And recover 300 super combo gauge. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That extra super combo gauge, that one-off super combo gauge, gaining damage immunity. That's pretty good for an assist. At level 10, upon entering the battle, she gains 2 kinetic and a 20% increase to dodge. And this might be an interesting thing because she could pair up with Assistant Balrog. Her dodge is 72.5%, so she'll have a 92.5% increase in dodge. It might go higher just because of the way, I don't think these show the exact stats. If you pair this up with War Dance I think gives you like a 60% increase in dodge. But you could also then add Balrog as the assist, Royal Balrog, here he is. When he's in the assist, probably the second best assist in the game, every time you release a combo, so on a combo 3 or a combo 1, it would give Lady Bison 15% defense, 5% damage resist, and 5% dodge. And it stacks up to 3 times, so you'll get an extra 15% dodge. It could be a useful technique, especially if you've got Balrog and you don't know really where to use him because he's a bit of a whiff. The way his bravado works, it only seems to really, you can't get bravado unless you use C1, and you can't take advantage of his bravado unless you use his super, so he kind of breaks himself into uselessness. But his assist is really strong, and I think that's where he's meant to be. You know, increasing defense and dodge, putting that on top of Lady Bison, that could be quite useful. There are other units that do also have like a high dodge rate, but I believe the highest one is Viscous Vega. It goes up into like the hundreds. Let me just check, because my one goes into the hundreds, but it might not show it here. So it might be, yeah, 72.5 again. So I'm guessing that hers is going to actually be in the hundreds, which means she's got a high dodge rate, which means pairing that up with Royal Balrog, she might actually live better than we actually assume, because she might not get hit at all because she's always dodging. Bit of Ultra Instinct there for her. It means you can't really use her in tag. Upon inflicting weaken, bleed or grave injury on an enemy, you dispel 1 debuff from the fighter. Gain 50% increased crit damage while unleashing a strengthened Shadow Drill. And let's see, what's Shadow Drill? Shadow Drill is the C3, and you need 6 kinetic to strengthen the Shadow Drill. So the only problem is that it doesn't ignore damage immunity. Damn, that's the only thing that bothers me. It just basically means that Michelangelo and Double Bison is still going to stay the meta. She won't counter that at all. I think unless they release a damage immunity, ignore damage immunity fighter, and I don't mean like how JP, you might say, oh JP, no, I mean like Viscous Vega kind of ignore damage immunity, that kind of ignoring of damage immunity, that kind of attack where the actual move itself ignores damage immunity. If we don't get one of those, that Michael, Angelo and Double Bison is going to remain the meta for a very long time. And I suppose it only seems right because people may have paid for those units, so to make it redundant so quickly would kind of be a bit unfair. I do like the design. She looks very much like the design I saw off of the Deviant art, which is kind of interesting. Maybe they did pull the inspiration from there. It looks very much like that. Or maybe it would be funny if it was exactly the same artist and the artist is actually working for Top Joy right now, or Crunchyroll, or whoever's in charge. That'd be kind of funny, because I think it came out in like 2004 when that picture came out, so that's quite interesting. She does soul damage. I'm sure she's going to be pretty tough, but her not being able to ignore damage immunity is a bit of a bummer for me. I'm gonna get her. I'm probably, unfortunately, going to have to buy her pack because I want to build this. So I think by getting the pack, you get 2. You probably get 2 from the event itself. So it's going to take it to S rank. So I need to take it from S rank to SS rank. But where am I going to put her is the funny question. I don't know. Where can I put her? As an assist? She would be a nice assist. Her assist is really strong. Yeah, receiving the finishing blow for the first time. They receive... See, she could be a really good assist on Fei Long. I mean, not on Fei Long, sorry, on Taoist again. Because he refills the super combo gauge by 350. He's already got life steal. That's going to increase it by 12%. And you'll have damage immunity, which will give him lots of life. It'll make it... I swear I'll probably use her is on the Taoist again, on my Taoist again team, just because I'm building a team with Banquet Cammy, Banquet Rose, and I'm using Witch Jury on Taoist again with some really good results because of the life steal rate. It just makes him really tough. So obviously having her on Taoist again is going to give it even more power. So that's probably what I'll use her for. It's kind of a shame that we don't really have much more content, like infinity content. Having extra levels is not really content. We can get that done in a day. When I say extra content, I mean like literally a whole new game mode. I'm always going to say this, a base building mode where you can build an army, gain resources, fight other armies on other servers, etc. That is what this game needs, because then you can use all the other units that you've built as part of the officers. And then what that does is it makes it harder for people to stack stuff. Because what I'm going to do is I'm not going to build her straight away. I'm going to stack the SFD tickets. I'm going to wait for the limited collab to come out, and I'm just going to use it there, because that probably will have a unit that gives damage immunity, takes away damage immunity, or cuts through damage immunity. A fighter like that is what I actually need. Preferably a trigger unit or a C3 unit, but it has to be able to work in tag. So I've got a lot of requirements for my final unit. But I'm not too worried, to be fair. We may get end of service as our second anniversary gift, but I think there's probably about 3 years of this game, so maybe one more year left, I think, and then we're going to be starting to cut it close. It's a tough one because she's a really nice looking unit. I like her. I do like her. So let's go into the trial. We can get more SFD tickets. That's nice. Let's just go in and have a look at what she can do. I'd imagine she's just going to chop through everyone. Like, there's not going to be much people can do. She's literally just going to be insane unit. That's my prediction. She's going to be an insane unit that does insane stuff all the way. No ifs, maybes, or buts. I don't think it's going to really matter, because she's just going to smash through people. Or I'll check her speed actually. Let's see how fast she is. Like, a lot of burst damage there. It's just a shame she doesn't ignore damage immunity. I really wish she did that. So let's have a look at her speed. 162 speed. She's pretty fast. I ain't gonna lie, she's fast. She's fast. So that's pretty good. She's got soul power, obviously, because she's SST. Oh, I'm just really gutted that she doesn't have the... Man. See, this her C1 does AoE in a small area, and it recovers 100 super gauge combo. Oh, it's so difficult, because she does do weaken. Weaken is... It's only a 20% chance though. That's the other thing. 20% chance can be kind of good. If it was like a 20% chance per hit, that might have been a bit better. But bleed and grave injury as well. That's pretty good. I don't know. I'll have to look at my teams quickly to see where I can actually put her. But I don't think I have got much place for her right now, which is sad. She's nothing meta, just because the meta is so tight right now. We play around, you know, characters with damage immunity. Would she be good on a team 3? Probably. Could she outspeed? No, she couldn't. I was just thinking maybe she could replace V Vega, but she can't. She can't replace V Vega because she doesn't have any damage. She can't ignore damage immunity. But that, you know, that cyclone thing, that's pretty tough. That's pretty tough. Her shadow clap, C3. That's a pretty naughty move. I do like that. But she's not a trigger. Not a trigger. See, here is where it says a small area for a C3. But that looks like quite a large area. Because Summer Poison's C3 says a large area. And it's actually a very small area. Her positioning is kind of central. Obviously, you'll just see it when, because positioning can be quite useful. Because a lot of things get targeted at the back, some things get targeted in the middle. Like, yeah, she's not going in front of Beast Zangief, who's balanced. But will she go in front of Fire Raiden? Yes. And Fire Raiden, oh, he's agility. That's different then. She'll go behind this guy? No. And he's agility assassin. What is she? She's agility assassin as well. And Sukin. So I don't understand. Oh, 25 plus 25 attack. Just put the 25 attack on there. There's nothing that takes away that fighting style. So why even involve it? I don't know. Makes no sense. But then that's the game for you. It makes no sense. Well, I think on the next one I'll try her C1. So I'll use her C1 next. And see how that performs. Yeah, she's smashing through people. I don't think there's much people can do. If you get this unit, you're going to be happy with her, I'm sure. I just don't know how she's going to fare up against the meta, because she's a damage dealer. And she doesn't have damage immunity. So maybe for those people who haven't got an Oni, you need a new Infernal unit. You know, this is a good shout. Okay, who can go as C3? Bison. Ross. See, this is probably what she's meant to be with, is actual Bison. Because of the weaken exploit. You can exploit the weaken clause. 20% chance of inflicting weaken. And then if you look on M Bison here, his C3 delusion, the target takes true damage equal to 30% of attack. It removes weaken effect from the enemy targets and inflicts stun. The duration of the stun scales with the number of weaken stacks removed. However, it only works on the back row file. Maybe it's in here. I know it said it somewhere. Here it is. While Infernal King is active, the skill deals 110% true damage to the enemy fighter in the rare position with a 30% chance to inflict 1 delusion. So that's where the caveat comes in. You have to be in Infernal status, and then it will do 110% damage, 10% true soul damage to the enemy fighter in the rare position, so the back position, and it has a 30% chance of inflicting 1 delusion. But that's going to be on the one that takes true soul damage, which is the rare. And then here it is, the target takes 2 damage equal to 30% of attack, removes the weaken effect from the enemy target and inflicts stun. So it's only going to stun the back unit with the weaken effect if they get inflicted with Delulu. Because she isn't a super C2, you can't pump lots and lots of Delulu on her. So it means you've only got one opportunity of inflicting weaken thing as well. You have to be, she's a mainline user, so she's not really a tag fighter, otherwise you're going to drop one kinetic. So here's the other thing as well. So her level 30 fighting spirit strengthens her C3. Her C3, which is the shadow drill. Yep, shadow drill. Shadow spiral arrow and psycho smash. So if you use her C1, you're going to lose out on her C3 FS30. But if you use her C3 without using her super, you're going to find it very hard to get kinetic. So she's a super combo C3 user. That's where her strength lies. But like I said, I'm probably going to use her as an assist on Taoist again. I think that'll be the place I'd like to use her. But I'm in no rush to get her. She's a cool unit. I like her design. I definitely like her assist. Her assist is pretty sick. So we've got a weaken. Let's see if we can. Did it? No, it didn't even stun. So she got 2 seconds of. No, she's dead. Never mind. And he's dead. Never mind. C1's pretty good. C1's doing some business, and Bison was doing all the work there. So yeah, it's a powerful attack. It just doesn't have damage. It just does not ignore damage immunity. That's the biggest problem with this unit, in my opinion, is the fact that it doesn't ignore damage immunity. So I'd give it a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10, I'd say. When it comes to bossing though, it could be quite useful. When Viscous Vega does his stuff, you've got a 20% chance of inflicting grave injury. And grave injury is kind of a naughty attack because it increases the bleed effect. It lasts for 15 seconds. That's a decent amount of time. So it could have its benefits there. Oh, I could use her in this team as a C3 user. They give me another infernal unit though, unfortunately. I'm not going to be really using this team competitively. I don't know, I'm building her anyway, so, you know, there's that. I do want to put her, my thoughts are to put her and replace her with this character on Taoist again and give him more availability to live. Only problem is that I think it might clash with his immunity because he can be revived after he's done all his Taoist stuff. So they'll probably cancel each other out. But obviously Banquet Rose is going to be doing a hell of a lot of healing. We've got a 10% heal, well, life steal rate for the team with this character. So he'll have 10%. And then when he dies, he comes back with 20%. So 20% plus the 12 is 32% lifesteal rate for Taoist again specifically. Everyone else will have 20. But when he starts, everyone has 10. But there's a lot of healing going on here and a lot of debuffing. So it could work quite nicely on this team. I don't know. I have to play with it and see what she's like. See how she fights. Grant, here she is. I'm not buying it yet though. I'll wait because you don't get her straight away. You have to wait until, yeah, it reaches the maximum. And then you get it at the very end. That's 40 quid they've gotten out of me. But I do like her. She's a cool cat. She's a cool cat. She's a cool cat. Did we get the DJ variant? No, we did. So I was wrong on that prediction. And special, she's not limited, so we can wait for as long as we like. She's not limited. I think she's a good unit. If you're a free-to-play player and you're saving a lot of SSD tickets, don't worry about this unit. It's not a must-have. Even when Viscous Vega came out, everyone's used all their SST tickets, and Hazink was saying, save your tickets, save your tickets. I didn't listen. I used them. I regretted it because I'm not like a whale. I do spend, but I don't spend like that. So it's worth, even if you're like a small spender, saving your SST tickets, because she's not going anywhere. That's the thing you got to remember. She's not going anywhere. She's going to be here forever and ever. Amen. Save your tickets for the limited collab. Just a little bit of bonus content here for you. So I got enough soul core to finally get my Overlord Bison to level 40. So here we go, level 40 Overlord Bison. 300 guys to get from level 39 to 40, but I get an extra 4 speed on him, so let's just buff that. Boom, he has reached his level cap. So my Overlord is pretty much maxed now. I just need to get him to level 120, but I'm going to leave that till the end. I could, you know what, I will put him up just one level. One more level up. I've got 73 at the moment. I think it's 1,100 to get him to from level 30 to level 40. But I'm just going to up him now and give him some extra goodness. Wait. I've got some other stuff I want to do. Let us increase my fighting heart. I can take this to level 80.
Even though you two amuse me, I must conclude this game. I have engagements to keep and I can't be late.
Thank you for watching my video. Please leave a comment in the comment section. Like and subscribe. Bye.